What's up, everybody? My name is Travis Johnson, and welcome to Poison Made.
Fit so fresh, had a real long week, you know I ain't gon' stress.
Before we get into any discussion today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you can be notified when new content comes available. So today's topic is going to be on healthy families. And it's going to be a quick video. I just want to encourage you out there about what it means to have a healthy family. And healthy family involves quality time. Real, genuine quality time. And so I think that in this culture that we live in, we forget that when we're raising our children, that all they want is time with us. And if we don't give them that time that they're looking for, they will go out into this world and they will try to find whatever kind of community they can get involved in, whether healthy or good, to try to replace that time that we're not giving to them as their parents. And so I just want to encourage you to spend time with your children. We only get so many years and it goes by really, really fast. They're gifts to us. Our children, they are given to us on loan for a short period of time. And those of you who have kids that are older, and your children are now 18, that's a big deal that they've already reached 18. So you know how fast that time goes. It's fleeting. It's like a vapor. It's here like a mist. It's here and it's gone like that. You don't get that time back. And so there are so many things that seek to take that time away from us, that quality time, that we can be a healthy family. There are so many things that seek to take that away from us as a family. And some of those things are jobs, sports, friends, ministry. So many things get in the way of us spending that time with our family. And so, in spending that time with our children. And so, Scripture says that our children are a blessing from the Lord. They are a blessing to us. And we should take care to have that blessing close to us while they're young. And so the reason why I'm doing this is because I have young children. My oldest is 6. My youngest is 4. My oldest is 6. My middle is 4. And my youngest is 2. And we have 1 on the way. And so that's a big deal. So right now is the time that we spend with our children. It's the crux. It's the time where we build a foundation with our children of what family is. And so again, I said jobs can take away, friends, sports, many different things can take away from us spending time with our kids. And so I want to hit on what it's like to have something like school take away. Now think about that. Think about it. We have typically 8 to 9 hours that our children are in school. So they get up about 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And then they go to school. About an hour later, they're out of the door, rush and eat breakfast, or they eat breakfast at school. And then they spend about 8 to 9 hours a day at school. And then they may have extracurricular activities, basketball, volleyball, chess club, you name it. There are many different activities that they can get involved in after school. And then after their extracurricular activity, they come home. And they may have homework. So then they do their homework and then they gotta eat dinner. Or then they watch TV. And then after they do all of that, how much time have we spent with them? So we need to consider that we're not spending a lot of time with our kids. And so right now, while my kid is 6 years, while I have a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, I want to make effort and take the time to build with my children. See, I don't want to neglect them and do everything else. God didn't give me my children to get them to do everything else but spend time with me. Where I can be pouring into them be it spiritually, I can be pouring into them scripturally, because I am called to raise my children in the fear and admonition of the Lord. Yeah, so that's a huge responsibility. So at least I need to make time for that. That's a priority in my life. But you need to make an effort. We need to make an effort to spend time with our children so that we can have strong and solid relationships with them. And then they have a strong and solid foundation. And then they're not walking around looking for whatever they can find to replace what we didn't give to them. So if you go back to my example, if 8 to 9 hours a day they're at school every day. So 8 times 4 or 8 times 5 days out of the week, that's 40 hours where they are at school. Then if you tie into the extracurricular activity such as basketball practice, about 2 hours. So another 2 hours added on to that each day. 2 times 5 is 10. So that's 50 hours. So think about how much time they are even at school, let alone extracurricular activities. So I'm not saying you can't send your kids to school, please. If education is important to you, as it should be and it is to me, please send your kids to school. If you're homeschooling, continue to homeschool. However, you need to make time to spend quality time with him. So school is over. Basketball practice is over. Make time for your children. They need that. If you're a parent, you know how much they try to get that everywhere else. We need to give that time to our kids. So that's 50 hours. Then if they come home and they're doing homework for like another hour, that's 55 hours. And then if they watch a little TV for like another hour, well, that's then 60 hours. Where's the quality time that we're getting with our kids? Where is that time? Board games, games together like the Wii, some things that me and my family do, like we play the Wii. We try to have devotion time at night where usually at 8 o'clock, when basketball season comes in, then I really have to search and make a priority for that time. So it's harder during the school year, but I have to be consistent and I have to make it a priority to get time with my children. You know, so we have to spend that time with our kids or else they'll try to find it in something else. And so it's important for us to make the effort to be consistent and prioritize our children, time with them. That makes for a healthy family. If you don't do those things, you will regret it because time flies and it flies fast. I remember when my son was just a baby coming out of the hospital, and then with work and then adding another child, my second boy, time really has flown by. And then a little girl, and time just continues to go faster and faster because of the busyness of life. And if you don't make time to spend with your kids, man, you've missed out on so much of their life. I already know how some mothers feel when they have to go back to work when they've just birthed a child. And it's hard to go back to work because you want to spend that time with your kids or with your baby. So we have to really, really make a concerted effort to give our kids our undivided attention. Hard work, and then we need to give them play. We need to get into healthy discussion with them. What happened in your day? Is there some boy, if you have a daughter, that's seeking your attention? Fathers, our sons and our daughters, they need us. And especially our sons, they really need us. We know that there is a shortage of good men with character and integrity in this world. And we are those who are called to lead our children. Whether you are a Christian or not, you are called to be involved, intimately involved, engaged in your children's lives, your sons' lives. Fathers, your daughters, they're going out of the house, and there are other young boys seeking to give them the attention that we fail to give them at times. And so you don't want to fail in that and then regret decisions that are being made because we're not parenting or being involved or having healthy discussions with our children. So we need to build and have discussions with our children. We need to play with our children. You know, one of the things that my wife and I, we just did this past weekend, we went and we got on the water at Canyon Lake. We got on a boat with my in-laws. We took our kids out. That was a big thing. I mean, we planned for that as a Father's Day thing, but for me to spend time with my children. It is an important thing to do those things. Look, you cannot replace quality time with your children with sports. Trust me. If you think, and if we think that if we take our kids and put them in sports and we go and watch them play sports, that's quality time, we are very much fooled. We have fooled ourselves to thinking that if we just do sports with our kids, if we go to their games, that's quality time. That's not. It's really not. So while your kids are young, make it a priority to spend time with them. Please. You won't regret it, and they will love you all the more for it. Let's not be fooled by work. Let's not be fooled by all of these things that are outside of spending time with our kids. If we think working more hours to make more money, to buy them the things they want, to get them the next best cell phone, or all these different things, that's not what's going to add up to giving them quality time. Trust me on that. Let's make it a priority to love our children by giving them ourselves. I mean, look, they really are loaned to us for a short time. I mean, 18 comes fast, and they're out of your house. Whether in college or in the workforce, they're out. And they're not coming around as much, and you want them around more, when we should have given them that time when they were younger. So, if you have been neglectful, it's not too late. Trust me, it's not too late. Run and grab a hold of your children's hearts while you have an opportunity. Apologize. That goes a long way. Apologize. And tell them, I have not done well with making sure that I've been involved in your life and you had me close. Kids are resilient. They tend to forgive. But apologize. Fathers, please don't do everything else and neglect to be in your children's lives. Do not neglect them. Mothers typically do better at being there, being involved more so than fathers do. Fathers, we will have a healthier society if we give our children the time they need. If we spend time with them, asking them questions, asking them about their day, sharing with them about our day, listening to them, being fully engaged with them. Oh, imagine this, that this place falls apart, this world, this nation is falling apart because the family unit is falling apart. But if we take time to give our undivided attention to our children, how much healthier things will be. If you're a Christian, pour into your kids. Take care of those arrows that are in your quiver right now. Sharpen them so that they can go out into this world and do what they are meant to do. They're to reflect you. And what reflection are they going to be displaying? If you're not a Christian, you have equally the same responsibility to pour into your children and be there for them. It does not matter. We all have a responsibility to love our children. So, I encourage you to grab a hold of those hearts while you have an opportunity. Don't let them go. Don't let them go. Love your children. Hey, if this was encouraging to you, please go ahead and subscribe so that you can get this content that's coming to you. There's more coming, and I want you to get it. So until then, peace.
Thank God it's Friday and the weekend on deck. Just might hit the town. You fit so fresh. Had a real long week, you know I ain't gon' stress. Cause he's still been good to me, I must confess.